Natal at home to the league leaders Falkirk, who started the day 4 points ahead of their Highland rivals. We weren't to be disappointed. Cali boss John Robertson and Bairns co-manager Owen Coyle with us here on Scott Sport after we see the best of the action right now. Match commentator David McKinney.
There's a mixture of tension and anticipation at Caledonian Stadium for the biggest game of the Bells First Division this season. As a player, John Robertson loved the big occasion. As manager of Cali Thistle, he has limited influence on proceedings, but these are the players he's put his faith in this afternoon. For Falkirk, it's a ground where they've had great success, having lost just once in 7 visits. John Hughes and Owen Coyle go with the same 16 as last week. And the referee for this crunch game is Willie Young. The snow has gone, but conditions could still prove difficult with a swirling wind around the stadium. For Inverness, a win is a must. Falkirk have the luxury of a 4-point lead, and they know victory would make them clear favourites for the title. Ritchie's flick, Wyness, Robson ahead of him. Now Robson, nice turn. Robson shots! It's a sight Inverness we're waiting for. They take the lead. Barry Robson, the man of the moment. It was well worked between Robson and Wyness. Robson had the merest glimpse of a chance, and that left foot shot into the bottom corner, giving Alan Ferguson no chance. The Inverness fans on their feet on the far side, as their side take the lead. As Falkirk still trying to get the ball into the penalty area. It's away, but only as far as Owen Coyle. Is there a chance here for Owen Coyle? Excellent effort from Coyle with his right foot over the crossbar, but perhaps a wee bit too close for comfort to the likes of Mark Brown. Golobec forward, the flag stays down. Tokley. Yes, Tokley gets the ball first, down he goes. Willie Young has a good look. No penalty, says the referee, but there will be a corner for Inverness. So Robson will lift the corner into the area. The whistle had gone before the ball was in the net. Some pushing at the far post, and that denies Bobby Mann goal number 2 for Inverness. Mistake by John Hughes now. Dennis Wyness. Wyness, could he go all the way himself here? Ritchie with him, but Wyness must be number 2. And he certainly made that one look easy. John Hughes hangs his head. It was his mistake. Dennis Wyness picked it up. He moved forward, and really from then on there was only one thought in his mind, and that was to have a go himself. In the end, the finish was academic. All he had to do was place the ball past Alan Ferguson. It's now 2-0 for Inverness. But Miller has done well. Lee Miller trying to come forward. Down he goes. Free kick for Falkirk. Scott McKenzie will chip this one in. John Hughes inside the penalty area. David Nichols is up as well. Up in the air, it's anyone's ball now. Owen Coyle wins in the air, and that's a goal for Falkirk. The Inverness defence all looking at each other as the ball went up into the air. Owen Coyle first to react. He got above Stuart McCaffrey, and his header ended up in the bottom corner of Mark Brown's net, and Falkirk have clawed one back. Nicely played by Mark Kerr. Now John Henry. With Falkirk with their tails up now. McQuilkin. Plenty of players ahead of him for Jamie McQuilkin. Owen Coyle's one of them. Decent effort by Owen Coyle once more. The ball flashing wide of the post. Long ball by John Hughes. Samuel, can he make something of this? Samuel! And unbelievably, Falkirk have drawn level. From 2-0 down to 2-2. Falkirk have come back. Owen Coyle first of all, and then Colin Samuel. It was no more than a long ball forward from John Hughes. Samuel made it his despite the attentions of Stuart Golobec, and a toe poke past the goalkeeper to make it 2-2. McBain, and now Tokley. Forward now for Wyness. Wyness brought down. Scott McKenzie, bring him to the ground, and a word from the referee. So Robson, and now Richie Hart opens up the angle to get the ball into the penalty area. Man at the far side, was it a push? No, there wasn't, says the referee. Well, Willie Young shaking his head John Hughes came in to challenge, no penalty. Man forward, Winus controls well, brought down, play on this time. Advantage with Inverness, can they make it count? Tokley. And now McBain. Roy McBain, he's done well. Is there a shooting chance here for Roy McBain? Good save, the ball's still there. How close was that for Dennis Winus? Samuel down with Stuart Golobeck, quickly taken free kick. Robson can't quite beat three players, and Samuel picks up as the half-time whistle goes. It's been an incredible first half here at Caledonian Stadium, because Inverness were 2-0 up through Barry Robson and Dennis Winus. At that stage they were well in control, but back came Falkirk. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes to make the half-time score here. Inverness 2, Falkirk 2. Well, after such an incredible first half, who knows what the second 45 holds? The psychological advantage will no doubt be with Falkirk after coming back from 2 down. Well, got away with that. Richie Hart loses out though to Owen Coyle. Now on the break, Falkirk, Samuel. Samuel has Lee Miller with him. Samuel keeping the ball now for Miller, but the offside flag is up. Bobby Mann found McBain well, and he in turn has found Barry Robson. Robson chipped into the middle, Winus with a header, that's a good save. Winus might get to the rebound, chipped in, a chance for Inverness. Paul Ritchie in the right place at the right time, but the assist from Dennis Winus was just as important. Winus' first effort was saved by Alan Ferguson. He got to the ball first and chipped it in for Ritchie. Ritchie's header giving him his 13th goal of the season. Saw to the rest, and it's now 3-2 for Inverness. Russell Duncan made that ball his now. Let's find Robson. Robson on the run. Scott McKenzie with him, and McKenzie doing enough to hold him up. Robson needs help, and it comes now from Russell Duncan. Duncan, nicely into the penalty area for Winus. Good turn by Winus, good effort. A great save by Alan Ferguson. Hart. Now can Ritchie get the better of John Hughes? Paul Ritchie will try to shoot from the angle, well taken by Alan Ferguson. Davy Nichols. Kerr has come forward, looking for Samuel. Samuel's pace will get him there. 2 in the middle for him. One of them is Owen Coyle. That's a simple goal for Falkirk. Simple yet effective. The ball through for Colin Samuel. His pace got him there. Cross came in, and all Owen Coyle had to do was simply nod the ball into the net to make it 3-3. So Inverness, can they respond? Roy McBain, decent efforts. Again, Alan Ferguson unable to hold the ball, but cleared for him. Miller. Ali Stewart-Taylor. Kerr. 3 ahead of him, one of them Samuel. Samuel has done well. Now Colin Samuel into the middle. That was well taken by Stuart McCaffrey. Now Craig McPherson. Falkirk pushing forward, looking for what could be a winner here. Golobeck, he's done well. Inverness now come forward. Is there to be some drama at the end? McPherson, he's done well. Samuel and Miller ahead of him. This is Samuel. And well taken, Owen Coyle. Is there a chance here for Falkirk? Oh, what a save that was by Mark Brown. Owen Coyle had picked his spot in the bottom corner. Brown just stretched out a hand and diverted it out for a corner. And that, for all the world, was looking like 4-3. An excellent save by the Inverness keeper. McPherson swings in the corner. Samuel up in the air, still there. Brown was there, didn't get it. The ball eventually cleared. only at the expense of a throw-in. So the pressure still on the Inverness defence. McPherson, he'll chip this one in all right. Coyle, good effort, Owen Coyle! And that wraps up a hat-trick for Owen Coyle, an incredible 4-3 for Falkirk. And the ball came over, and it came Coyle's way, and there was only one place he was going to dispatch that. It was a difficult ball to take, but how well did he hit that shot? And it ended up in the net behind Mark Brown. Falkirk now 4-3 ahead. Charlie Christie linking up with McBain once more. Wyness comes short looking for the ball. Steve Hislop. Could there be a last chance for Inverness before this game finishes? Christie, now you have to put the ball into the penalty area now. Chips it in, Tokley's there, keeper comes, drops and picks it up again. Alan Ferguson relieved to have the ball in his arms. And Ferguson throws it forward as the full-time whistle goes at Caledonian Stadium. Falkirk have continued their very good run here at this venue. The match of the day didn't disappoint. 7 goals, it means Falkirk have increased their lead at the top to 7 points. They win by 4 goals to 3, and that man, Owen Coyle, with a hat-trick, most certainly is the man of the match, and he, more than anyone, did it for Falkirk today with a final score of Inverness Caledonian Thistle 3, Falkirk 4.
It's a hard place to come, David, a very hard place to come, and all credit to the boys. We showed great character. I don't think we played well, but when you've got a guy like Owen Coyle in your team who's always capable of scoring goals, I know he's going to be in the studio, and I take my hat off to him. He was absolutely fantastic.
We were ahead in the game 3 times, played a lot of great football, and to come out of the game without even winning, you know, we're absolutely gutted. But Falkirk never gave in, and if we give Owen Coyle the time and space that he had at times in the game, then he's going to punish you, you know. He's made a career out of that, and he scored a fantastic hat-trick, I think, so fair play to him, you know.
Yeah, he'll tell us about it in a minute. Owen Coyle's with us here in the studio. John Robertson in our Inverness studio. Winning team first, Owen. It looked a great game to play in.
It was, and to be fair to Inverness, you know, we could have been dead and buried after half an hour. But, you know, we weathered the storm. We got back in with 2 quick goals. And I think we've seen there was chances for both sides. Alan Ferguson had a couple of very good saves for us. Mark Brown did a good save at 3 each. And fortunately for myself, you know, the winner, as it turned out, you know, another 10 times I'll hit them, we'll end up in the stand. So, you know, delighted, you know, overall the result. And, you know, it gives a bit of breathing space.
John, you'll be disappointed to lose that match, but you must have been pleased with the way your players performed, particularly in the first half.
Yeah, as Owen said, the first half an hour we were absolutely terrific. We created 4 or 5 great chances. You've seen maybe a penalty kick isn't there, the goal disallowed. I'm not too sure why that was either, but fair play to Falkirk in the end. They weathered the storm, got back into the game. The great attitude the players have got down there, that they never know what they're beating, and your man in the studio there had me crying at this on his hat-trick. But no, fair. It was a fantastic match to be involved in. I've said before that the teams I'm involved with will go and play attractive football and attacking football, and Falkirk showed the same. And really, there could have been another 3 or 4 goals in that match. I'll
tell you something, John, you couldn't see any more attractive goals than your 2 first goals. Barry Robson first, let's have a look at that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, him and Dennis linked really well. It was a tremendous wee turn here for Barry, and I don't think he does it justice, but it was a great shot in the bottom corner. And it was the start we were looking for. We knew what to come out, we knew we couldn't let Falkirk settle, and that got us off to a flyer. And as I said, as Owen said, the first 30 minutes, we played really well, and the rest is just Dennis Wyness, and you know, a great shuffle there, and he's lured Big Yogi in, and that's a magnificent finish. I mean, that's quality, and that's the reason that everybody is chasing Dennis and why he wouldn't be out of place in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, we suspect he might be in the Premier League next season, John. We'll come back to you in a moment. Owen, at that point, you're maybe thinking this game's lost. Yeah,
you know, although we never think it's lost because we know the type of players we've got, and they'll fight for everything. But you know, I think fantastic goals from Inverness's point of view. From ours, very poor defensively, and obviously as much as we'll win the game, we'll need to brush up on that, and we know that. But you know, we win together, and you know, we lose together, so we know we're all in it collectively. And you know, at 2-0 it was going an uphill battle. But as I say, we got 2 quick goals, and you know, at that moment for the 5 minutes, we were worthy of that. We were pushing on to get them. John will be disappointed with this because you know Hadji's played a big high ball, and you're expecting a centre-half to go and win it, and the wee skinny fella pops up with a header. You know, and talking to Robbo, you're expecting your commanding centre-halves, because Inverness do have them. Just somebody to go and, you know, attack the ball as it was. I've had a run and jump, unfortunately, you know, it's nestled in the corner. And
this one's a punt up the park from Yogi Hughes, and Samuel's off and running.
Well, that's right, and to be fair, he wasn't fully fit, but he's such a big player for us that we had to play him. You know, he pulled up in training on Friday with a tweaked hamstring, but, you know, he shows his pace there. A nothing ball, you know, no disrespect to Yogi's pass, but his pace is, he's put the two defenders under pressure, and a great finish. And
despite Falkirk pulling back, John, you've got your noses in front again, and a great move which led to this goal.
Yeah, again, from our point of view, it was good passing movement, and you know, we're always saying to Barry to get the ball in the box early, and he did. It's a great delivery. It's a tremendous header for Dennis, and what a save that was from Alan. And again, you see Dennis digs it out, and it's a brilliant finish for Paul Ritchie, who had a terrific game yesterday as well. And I was delighted for him to get his goal, because he worked so hard. And at that stage, we had another 10-15 minute spell where we dominated the match, had a few chances, but unfortunately, yeah, this man here pops up once more. Yeah, the skinny man again took us through it on. Yeah, you took a clatter there.
I did in the end up, but you know, I think there's the pass there from Mark Kerr, who for me has been the outstanding player in the First Division this year, consistently week in, week out. Samuel shows his quality with his pace getting to the byline. To be fair, I just have to divert that there with it. And this one, you know, it's not one of my textbook ones, but you know, delighted with it. I think it's been over my shoulder, and Davy Nicholl was actually screaming for me to let it go, and I probably should have, but you know, I thought, oh, just go for it. And you know, it's been in the corner, and we're going away with 3 points.
At that point, John, you're gutted, aren't you, because you've put so much into this match?
Yeah, that's right. You know, we've received a lot of plaudits from the Falkirk people, from the press and our own fans of how well we played. And we did. We were terrific. I can't fault any one of my players at all. They went about the business properly, created a lot of chances, and on the day, I say Alan Ferguson had a magnificent match, and the wee bits that you're looking for to fault us, like the penalty incident, like the offside goals or the disallowed goals, didn't go for us on the day. But I can't take anything away from my own players or the Falkirk players. It was a terrific match to be involved in, and you know, if we can play like that for the rest of the season, then we'll chase Falkirk all the way.
Never mind a hat-trick, you could have had 6.
Yeah, there was a couple of other opportunities, but I think, you know, Robbo's made a valid point there. You know, as much as, you know, I've had a few half chances to score, and the strikers normally get the plaudits. But to be fair, you know, Alan Ferguson's been, you know, I've worked with him now for 2 years. He's been outstanding. He's the best goalkeeper I've ever played with, and you know, he makes saves that other goalies don't make, and his value in points to us, you know, you can't really describe it. We're always going to make opportunities with the offensive players we have. And you know, yeah, you've pulled me up now, but I could have had a few more now. We look at it. I'll settle for 3 every week.
OK, guys, we're going to talk more to you throughout the programme. Thanks for that. Well, that might prove to be a decisive win for Falkirk in terms of the destination of the title, but for teams like Clyde and St Johnstone, they have to keep winning to hang in there. And St Johnstone travelled south to Dumfries yesterday to take on Queen of the South. Saints having won through to a cup tie against Celtic thanks to a penalty shootout win over Airdrie midweek.
Was watching Falkirk against Dundee.
The last cup tie at Brockville, and Falkirk very nearly marked their departure with another of those cup upsets for which they've become famous. The best chance of the first half fell to Dundee. A great chance to take the lead of Lovell, but he dragged his effort wide of target when he was clean through on goal. 12 minutes after the restart, it was the co-manager Owen Coyle who did what he does best, scoring from close range, set up by Lee Miller, his 19th goal of the season, and Falkirk wondered if that would be enough. Nacho Novo had other ideas for Dundee. His first effort saved by Alan Ferguson. He hammered his second into the roof of the net, the goal which takes this cup tie to a replay at Dens.
Incredibly, the 3rd year in a row that there's been a replay between these two in the Tennant Scottish Cup, and unluckily for Falkirk fans, Dundee have won the previous 2. Well, let's hear from the 2 managers. Firstly, John Hughes of Falkirk.
All the boys, there's a great team spirit, we all stick together, right through the top, right for the boardroom, right through, and we're mad keen we were really wanting to get into the semi-final. We felt at Brockville, we're unbeaten this year at Brockville, we felt that keep that run going. You know, I know we've still got it, but it's going to be very difficult up at Dens Park, but we're more than capable of going up there and getting a result.
The semi-finals are, you know, be a great achievement for us, and we want to be there. But you know, we know we've done a part of the job. But you know, I'm sure Falkirk will go up there. They'll be a little bit more relaxed next time because they won't have the sort of onus of being the home side, and that might make them more dangerous opponents. But from my point of view, we're in the draw, and that's important.
And that replay, incidentally, 2 weeks on Wednesday on the 9th of April. Well, Des McEwen's been with me this afternoon, and we enjoyed watching that one come in.